The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
There was an office building in Manhattan. That this office building looked different than every other office building. Of course it had mezuzahs on every door, but it had something even better than that. Every computer in the building was filtered. Nobody had a smartphone in the building that was not tagged. It was a very, very firm office, and the owner was a big billionaire with doing tremendous transactions, and they had secretaries that all they did a whole day was transferring money and wiring money, and money was coming in and coming out. It was a very, very big organization. And one day, one of the secretaries gets an email. Like a whole day this is what she's getting emails. And she got an email, and it said, please transfer $70,000 to this and this account. Now normally, it just goes. They go, they take out the money, they fill out the form, the money goes from this account to that account. But something happened, and this girl went, and she picked up the phone, and she called upstairs to the boss's office. And the secretary picks up the phone, and she says, I need to speak to the boss. She says, maybe I could help you. No, I have to speak to the boss. Okay, she's the one that wires the money. So the secretary put her through to the boss. She said, I'm just confirming. You sent me a email that I should send $70,000 to this and this person, this and this account. He says, absolutely not. I never sent such an email. She says, I'm looking at it right here. Don't tell me that we're hacked. He says, I'm coming down right now. Don't you dare send a penny. The boss came downstairs, and he looked, and he said, yeah, I don't understand. I'm calling right now the security of the computers. I'm going to figure out. They put the whole system on lockdown, and the security guys came up, and they said, yes, we were hacked. Somebody went in and figured out how to send the secretary an email looking like it's coming from the boss and telling them to wire money to this account. Now this, if it would have gone, today was 70,000, tomorrow would be 100,000, and then next week would be 1 million. And nobody would question it. So they asked her, how did you know? You don't call every time you get an email to transfer money. How did you know that there's something wrong over here? And listen to what she said. She said that if you look on the email, it said, Dear Chedva, please wire this and this amount of money. She says, in our office, no man calls another woman by her first name. It's Mrs. Berkowitz, Mrs. Teitelbaum, Mrs. Goldstein. No one uses first name basis. But this hacker wanted it to look real, and he's a guy, and he doesn't realize that we're makbid on sneers, and he went and used to figure out in my employee record who I am and what's my real name, and he wanted it to look Hamish, so he wrote, Dear Chedva, please wire this and this amount of money. But as soon as I saw the word Chedva, I knew this is not from my boss. It can't be. He would never call me by my first name, even in an email. And that triggered me, I better double check this email. And I called my boss, and Taka, it wasn't it. You might put on the Gdorim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu takes care of you.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org